There's an old pattern, one that wiped out three of the biggest empires in history: Spain, England, the Netherlands. Each ruled the seas, each controlled the gold, and each thought pirates were just thieves. They weren't. Pirates weren't stealing treasure, they were quietly destroying the system that made empires powerful. And now, crypto is following that exact same pattern. Three empires collapsed because of it. And if history's any guide, it's happening again. Chapter 1. The pattern. It's the same sequence every time, a three-step chain reaction. Stage 1. Disrupt the money flow. You don't have to stop it, just hit it hard enough that protecting it costs more than it's worth. Stage 2. Build a new system outside the empire's control. New trade routes, new currencies, new rules. Stage 3. Force the choice. The empire either spends everything defending the old system, or accepts that it's already lost. Every empire chooses to fight. Every empire spends itself into collapse. And now America's walking the same path, with crypto playing the role of the pirates. Chapter 2. Spain, the Silver Empire. Let's start in the 1500s. Spain's empire was unstoppable. They conquered the Americas, seized gold and silver from the Aztecs and Incas, and shipped mountains of it home. By 1600, Spanish ships were hauling 400 tons of silver a year. The Spanish real became the global reserve currency, the foundation of world trade. Everything depended on one thing: those treasure fleets reaching Spain safely. Then came the pirates. In 1628, Dutch privateer Piet Hein captured Spain's entire treasure fleet, 11 ships, worth over $1 billion in today's money. One raid, and the empire came crumbling down. Suddenly Spain couldn't pay its soldiers. The silver meant to back the currency was gone, and now that wealth was funding Spain's enemies. Between 1550 and 1650, pirates only took about 15% of Spanish silver, but defending the rest nearly bankrupted the empire. Spain armed every ship, built fortresses across the Caribbean, and filled the Atlantic with war fleets. By 1640, they were spending more protecting the silver than the silver was worth. The math broke. Meanwhile, pirates were doing something new. They weren't just robbing, they were building. Port Royal, Nassau, pirate cities that became early free market hubs. Merchants traded there to dodge Spain's taxes and rules. Spain faced a choice: adapt to the new system, or fight to keep control. They fought, and they lost. By 1700, Spain was done, still big on maps, but bankrupt, hollow, powerless. Pirates didn't conquer Spain. Spain destroyed itself defending a system that no longer worked. Chapter 3. England, the gold standard. A century later, Britain had replaced Spain. Their navy ruled the world. The pound sterling was the global currency, backed by gold and the Royal Navy. Then came the next wave of pirates: Blackbeard, Calico Jack, Bartholomew Roberts. They weren't random criminals, they were strategically hitting trade routes. In 1718, Blackbeard blockaded Charleston, the richest port in the American colonies, and held the entire city hostage until they paid him in medicine and supplies. Britain panicked. They fortified ports, tripled patrols, built more warships. Insurance costs exploded. By 1720, merchants were paying 30% of their cargo's value just to sail. Profits vanished. So traders turned to the pirates' network: unofficial ports, smugglers, and backdoor routes that avoided Britain's taxes. Nassau became a pirate republic, its own government, its own economy, and yes, plenty of British merchants quietly using it. Britain sent fleets, hunted pirates, hung them in public. They won. Kind of. By 1750, 60% of Britain's tax revenue was going to the Navy. That massive cost helped trigger the next crisis: higher taxes on colonies. And those taxes sparked the American Revolution. Decades later, after endless wars and mountains of debt, Britain abandoned the gold standard. The empire survived, but the currency that made it powerful didn't. Pirates didn't sink Britain. The cost of control did. Chapter 4. The Netherlands, the trade monopoly. Now, the Dutch. In the 1600s, The Dutch East India Company was the richest corporation in history, worth the equivalent of $8 trillion today. They controlled the spice trade, had their own army, their own ships, even their own currency. Then pirates started slicing into their monopoly. English, French, and Portuguese privateers traded directly with Asia. No Dutch permission, no Dutch taxes. Every pirate attack made shipping insurance skyrocket. By 1660, the company was spending nearly half its income just on security. Meanwhile, black markets bloomed. Smugglers sold the same goods cheaper, and merchants stopped caring about the monopoly. The Dutch tried to fight back. They militarized everything. But profits vanished. By 1700, the company was collapsing. By 1799, it was gone. The pirates hadn't destroyed the monopoly, they'd made it too expensive to defend. Chapter 5. The Modern Parallel, Crypto. Now, fast forward to today. The US dollar is the global reserve currency. Oil, trade, finance, everything runs through it. That's America's empire, not built on land or gold, but on money flow. And that's exactly what's being disrupted. Stage 1. Disrupt the flow. El Salvador uses Bitcoin. Russia and China are trading oil in yuan. BRICS nations are building payment systems that don't need dollars. In 2000, 70% of global reserves were held in US dollars. Now it's 58%. Sound familiar? Stage 2. Build an alternative system. Crypto has already done it. DeFi, stablecoins, peer-to-peer networks. A financial system that works without central banks, without borders, without permission. Over 500 million people use crypto. Over $100 billion moves through decentralized systems. The new infrastructure is already built. Stage 3. Force the choice. The United States can either spend trillions trying to regulate and control crypto, or accept that decentralization is here to stay. So far, it's chosen to fight. The SEC cracks down on exchanges. The Fed explores a digital dollar. Congress keeps tightening the rules. But here's the thing, every empire that chose to fight this pattern lost. Chapter 6. The pattern repeats. Spain spent itself into collapse defending silver. Britain did the same with trade. The Netherlands did it protecting monopoly. Now the US is spending billions defending the dollar's dominance. History says the fight isn't what saves you, it's what breaks you. Because pirates didn't defeat empires. Empires defeated themselves, trying to stop something that had already changed the world. Crypto isn't defeating the dollar, it's forcing America to choose control or adaptation. And if history repeats, empires always choose control. Stage 1. Disrupt the money flow. Check. Stage 2. Build the new system. Check. Stage 3. Force the choice. Check. It's the same playbook, just rewritten in code, because the pattern doesn't care about politics, power, or pride. It only cares about math. And when defending a system costs more than the system is worth, collapse isn't a question, it's a countdown. But when one empire falls, someone always rises to take its place. Just like in this next story, the BlackRock Bitcoin takeover that changed crypto forever.